Well, we've seen growing inflation since the pandemic, and still many are financially struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. News 4 San Antonio's Stephanie Esquivel explains why financial experts say our current inflation woes have a direct link to workforce shortage.
For Gen Z, I do feel like we have a disadvantage.
Jordan Reyes is 23 years old and currently attending college. Jordan is a Gen Zer, meaning anyone born between 1997 and 2012. Jordan is having a hard time finding a job that pays enough to afford necessities.
I noticed that if you're trying to apply for something a bit higher level, people always look at your age first. And if it's not above a certain threshold, they don't even look at anything else.
Trinity University's David Macpherson says the shrinking workforce is driving up prices for everyday necessities.
It turns out that Gen Z, at the same age as millennials were, are less likely to be in the labor force. And so when you have a smaller supply of labor, that will drive up the wages.
Taylor Collins from the University of the Incarnate Word adds higher demand is also a contributing factor.
There's a lot of demand for goods and services, whereas the smallest generation in the labor force, Gen Z, is the ones entering into the labor force for the first time. And so we're not seeing a lot of workers enter at a pace to fill those jobs.
According to data released by the International Labor Organization, almost 20% or 1/5 of Gen Z adults and teens are not in school and they don't have a job. Now, almost half of Gen Z adults have to financially depend on their parents or family members.
But it's like I received so many emails just saying, oh, we looked at your application, we don't want you.
According to Reyes, getting turned down for jobs time and time again has become hard and even difficult to explain to mom.
She didn't believe that I was looking for a job because she's like, no company's gonna tell you directly, no, we're not hiring you.
Stephanie Esquivel, News 4 San Antonio.